You can see it in someone's eyes when they've been through absolute hell. It's not just being tired, and it's definitely not about how many birthdays they've had. It's something deeper, something that screams they've lived 1,000 lives while everyone else was just going through the motions. If you feel ancient compared to your actual age, or if the pointless little dramas around you seem incredibly stupid because you've endured things that would absolutely destroy most people, then you need to hear what I'm about to say. You're probably walking around thinking you're permanently damaged. Maybe you feel exhausted, shattered, or like someone turned off your inner light. But here's the twist. Psychology reveals something completely different. Everyone talks about post-traumatic stress, but almost nobody mentions its fierce twin, post-traumatic growth. If you've walked straight through hell and somehow made it out alive, you didn't just survive. You've developed incredibly rare psychological powers that people who've coasted through life on easy mode will never understand or possess. Let me show you the signs that prove your suffering actually transformed you into something truly unbreakable. The first power is what I'm calling laser-sharp empathy. Most people just skim the surface. They understand pain like reading about it in a textbook. But you know what pain tastes like because you've sat alone in complete darkness. You can recognize someone else trapped in that same darkness from across a crowded room. You've probably noticed strangers pour their hearts out to you. People confess their deepest fears within minutes of shaking your hand. This isn't random luck, it's because you've burned away all the judgment that usually stops real human connection. You understand how delicate life really is, so you refuse to waste precious time on shallow nonsense. You carry a profound depth that pulls other wounded souls toward you like a magnet. You've become a safe haven for others simply because you remember exactly how much it hurts when there's nowhere else to turn. Now being able to feel this intensely is an incredible gift, but it can drain you completely if you don't learn to guard it. However, your painful past didn't only make you softer, it simultaneously made you tougher in the exact places that count most. This brings us to the second superpower, which is your supernatural ability to operate smoothly when everything falls apart. Experts call this crisis mastery. When regular people face sudden disaster, a rushed hospital trip, money vanishing overnight, or unexpected death, their entire system floods with panic. They lock up completely. But you've probably realized that when everything goes sideways, you actually become strangely calm. This happens because your stress threshold got permanently recalibrated. You've already survived the worst nightmare imaginable, a busted car, or someone's nasty words cannot rattle you because you've already stared down monsters and lived to tell about it. While everyone around you is completely losing it, you're the steady center holding everything together. You're the one already building the escape plan. You're not cold or uncaring, you're simply combat-proven. You've built a toughness that's so incredibly strong that things which would wreck someone else's entire month barely create a ripple in your world. But being the most composed person when chaos erupts is just your survival instinct kicking in. The true magic of who you've become shows itself after the storm passes and you must choose the person you're going to be moving forward. This is where the third and most magnificent strength emerges. It's your fearless realness. Someone who's truly suffered has absolutely zero patience for anything fake. Once you've lost everything that mattered or been pushed past your absolute breaking point, your ego just evaporates. You stop worrying about impressing people who mean nothing. You stop running after empty status symbols and meaningless achievements. People who've never really struggled are usually terrified of judgment. They hide behind masks every single day. You burned every mask you own just to stay alive another night. You speak uncomfortable truths even when it makes people squirm. You treasure time more than any amount of money because you know tomorrow isn't promised to anyone. This makes you genuine. We're scary to people still living behind their lies, but it makes you magnetic to anyone desperately searching for something real. You're the genuine article surrounded by cheap imitations. So let's completely flip the idea of being broken. In Japan, there's this beautiful art called Kintsugi. When a ceramic bowl shatters, they don't toss it in the garbage. They carefully repair it using pure gold to fill every crack. They believe those golden scars make the bowl more stunning, more precious, and far stronger than it ever was before it broke into pieces. That's exactly who you are. You're not used up or worthless. You're the gold-veined masterpiece. Every crack in your story isn't a defect. It's absolute proof that you expanded beyond your original limits. You can hold so much more light now because you were broken wide open. So never waste energy envying people who glided through life effortlessly. They're actually fragile like glass. You're anti-fragile, meaning you get stronger from damage. You've been hammered in the hottest fire imaginable, and that creates a strength that cannot be purchased, cannot be taught in school, and absolutely cannot be faked. If you're a survivor, if you're part of this warrior tribe, drop a diamond in the comments right now. Diamonds only form under crushing pressure, and I want to see every single one of you shining bright down there. And if this message hit you right in the soul, then smash that subscribe button and become part of this family so you catch the next one.